15.16, write the expression K for each of the following reactions. In each case, indicate whether the reaction is homogeneous or heterogeneous. So in letter A, you'll notice we have a gas going to a gas, and so the equilibrium constant expression would be products to the power of the coefficient divided by the reactants to the power of the coefficient. And it would be homogeneous because it's the same throughout. Then in letter B, you'll notice we have a solid and a liquid in there. And the solids and the liquids are never in the equilibrium constant expression. And so this is heterogeneous. And the K would be equal to the products, of which there are none that are going to be written in there. So we just write in a 1, divided by the reactant that's in the gaseous phase. So that would be Cl2, and raise that to the second power. So in letter B, we'd have a heterogeneous equilibrium. In letter C, we have gases throughout, so that's homogeneous. And so to write the equilibrium constant expression, product O2 times product C2H6 raised to the second power, divided by reactant C2H4 to the second power, times H2O in the gaseous phase, so that would be to the second power. Now if H2O were in the liquid phase, we wouldn't be able to put it in there and it would be heterogeneous. But since it's in the gaseous phase, it has a pressure, and so we can put it in there. And it has to be squared because there's a 2 in front of it. And then letter D, you'll notice we have a solid in there, and so this is heterogeneous once again, and so K is equal to products CH4, and that would be raised to the first power, and then divided by reactants, which would be H2, and that would be raised to the second power. And then letter E, you see we have aqueous and liquid in there, so heterogeneous once again, and so the only product that goes in there would be our Cl2, and we would square that, and the only reactant that would go in there is our O2, and that would be to the first power. So those are A, B, C, D, and E. Let's get a little bit more room here. Letter F, notice we have a pure liquid, and then the rest is gases, so once again it's heterogeneous, and so the K for this would be H2O in the gaseous phase raised to the 18th power times CO2, and that would be raised to the 16th power, and then divided by O2, and that would be to the 25th power, but no C8H18 in there because that is a pure liquid. Same thing with letter G. This would be heterogeneous as well, and then this one would have no H2O in it over here because it's in the liquid phase, and so our K would be equal to CO2 to the 16th power divided by O2 to the 25th power. There are heterogeneous, homogeneous equilibria with the constants all written, remember, only in terms of the gaseous and the aqueous substances. Oh, let's look back at letter E 1 second here. I think I forgot one. In letter E, I had the product HCl right here, and so I forgot to put, the reactant HCl, so it's products over reactants, and so in letter E, I should have HCl down here as well, and that should be to the 4th power, because that's aqueous, and aqueous and gases always go in the equilibrium constant expression. It's just the pure solids and liquids that are not in there as well. So forgive me, I caught it at the end there. That's what letter E should be down here as well.